Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lena Motiga. Karibuni sana. Today we have another interesting vlog, still doing the farming series. We want to look at what are the requirements when you will be planting cantaloupe. So stay tuned so that you can learn one or two things. And to begin with, we want to look at choosing the right location. The right location for you to plant your cantaloupe is a place that receives 6 to 8 hours of sunlight per day. Therefore, put that into consideration and make sure you do not plant them in a place that will not receive sunlight for maximum or for 6 to 8 hours per day. To the next part, or what you need to consider still under location, is the type of soil. Cantaloupe do well in well-drained soil. Therefore, avoid planting in areas where water can pool. When you will be planting your cantaloupe, ensure that you plant them in soil that is well drained. To the next part, you can also consider amending your soil with compost or other organic matter to improve drainage and water retention. If you have some challenges with the water drainage, you can use compost or organic matter that will help you to improve the drainage and the water retention levels of your soil. Next part, still under location, is the temperature. Cantaloupes thrive in warm climates, so wait to transplant them until nighttime when temperatures are consistently above 15 degrees Celsius. That is when you will transplant your cantaloupe if you're planning to do transplanting either from the nursery to the farm. And for the temperature, you also need to take note that they thrive well in warm temperatures. Therefore, plant them when the climate is warm. When you want to start seeding, you can either do the indoor starting where you start your seeds, then you'll transplant them later to the farm, or you can plant the seeds directly. So this is what you need to take into consideration if you'll be planting your seeds indoor. Plant 3 to 4 seeds per 4-inch pot with the pre-moist peat type potting soil. That is the type of soil that you should use, and for you to plant them, they should be 3 to 4 seeds per 4 inches pot. Okay, if you choose not to do the indoor starting, you can plant the seeds directly to the farm, and this is what you need to do. You should plant 1 to 2 inches deep. Those seeds should be planted 1 to 2 inches deep, and you should plant 4 to 6 seeds in mounds 4 feet apart. You plant 4 to 6 seeds in mounds and 4 feet apart. They should always be 4 feet apart. For those that will start the seeds from the indoor planting, when you'll be transplanting, this is what you need to note. You transplant once seedlings have a few sets of true leaves. That is about 2 to 3 sets of true leaves. That is when you will transplant. And you will plant 2 feet apart in rows. When you will transplant these seeds that have 2 to 3 true leaves, you will plant them 2 feet apart in rows, with the rows being 4 to 6 feet apart. Between one row and the other row, it should be 4 to 6 feet, and the plant should be 2 feet apart. From one plant to the other, you should have a spacing of 2 feet. To the next part, where we will now look at planting and care. You plant in moats or hills for better drainage and warmth. Please ensure you do not plant on a flat surface. You plant in moats or hills. Next thing that you need to take into consideration is mulching. Ensure that you do mulching. This is because mulching will help the plant retain moisture and suppress weeds. There will be no weeds, or the levels of weeds will be low, and the water will also be maintained. The soil will always be moist. Watering, keep the soil consistently moist but not soggy. Do not overwater, but let the soil always be moist. For fertilizing, apply a balanced fertilizer as needed, following the package instructions. You follow the instructions given in that fertilizer bag, and then you apply that to your cantaloupe. Additional tips that you need to know About pruning, some gardeners prune off all but one melon per vine to encourage larger, sweeter fruit. If you want a large or a sweeter fruit, you can consider to prune, leaving only one melon per vine. But really, even if you have two or more, I think they'll really grow well if you do fertilizing and if you take all the other care that I've mentioned. To the tree listing, this is what you need to do. Not always necessary. This process is not always necessary, but it is helpful, especially in areas with limited space. If you have limited space, you can consider doing this process or to keep the fruit off the ground. This is when you need the fruit to grow above the ground, you can consider doing this process. To harvesting, cantaloupes are ripe when the netting on the skin is visible and the melon feels heavy for its size. Look at that netting aspect. That is what will help you know if your cantaloupes are ready for harvest as a farmer, and you do not have to struggle. You can also feel the weight. The weight will also tell you if it's ready for harvest. I think that is the easy plant that you can grow. Thank you so much for watching till the end of the vlog. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, hit that notification bell so that each and every time I'll be posting, you will be updated. Bye bye.